Hey guys, it's Michael with Lynx Defense, and today I'm going to check out some AAC 5.56 NATO ammo. After touring the facility recently, I really wanted to kind of dive in and check out the ammo and see how it performed. I've got a control ammo here. It's going to be the PMC, just 55 grain standard. Then we got AAC's 55 grain FMJs. We also have their 75 grain BT-HP match, and then we have the 69 grain HP BT rounds. So I'm going to try all these and kind of see how they fare. We got some paper downrange, just to kind of see how they group. The test gun we're going to use, I figured it was pretty fitting to use a Palmetto State Armory gun. So here I've got the 15.5 pin and weld Saber. We've got a Dead Air Sandman on the end here. On top we've got the Trijicon MRO. I'm just gonna kind of give it the rundown. I'm gonna put 5 rounds of each through to kind of get the velocity and also kind of see the group. So let's get started. So we're gonna start with our control, which will be the 55 grain PMC, just X-Tac. All right, so it's a red dot. Probably could have done this with an LPVO. Would have been able to see it just a hair better. We got a camera downrange on the target, so we'll review that. Our average was 2794 feet per second. Our max was 2802. Figure that's probably about standard. I don't know what PMC is. Basically, the velocity says on the box off the top of my head. I do know this AAC says 3175, so we'll see where that falls. So we'll move on. We'll move on to the 55 grain. So now we've got the AAC 55 grain full metal jackets. Got the chronograph reset. All right, so our average was 2904, and then our max was 2933, and our minimum was 2817. So a little bit of deviation there. All in all, not terrible for range ammo. All right, so now we're on to the 69 grain HPBT. All right, so our average was 2706 with a max of 2747 and a min of 2688. Moving on to the 75 grain BT-HP match. The really cool thing about all this ammo is it's really affordable no matter where you go with it. It doesn't jump in price an astronomical amount. All right. So once again, this is the 75 grain BT-HP. All right, so our average was 2583. Oh, sorry, 2561. That deviation was actually probably the best of the three so far in terms of minimizing it. Let's go take a look at the target. All right. So the PMC group is actually pretty good. As you can see, I'm shooting a little to the left. I kind of knew that, to be honest. I put it on steel to start with and didn't really dial it in too much. So I'm a little left, but all in all, not too bad. PMC group, not bad. The 55 grain looks pretty good. I don't know what happened on the 69. That's probably me, to be honest. It's a good little group right here, but these two outliers are a little rough. Now the 75 grain, that's pretty solid. Again, LPVO probably could have done a little bit better job, but on the red dot, that's not bad. Good thing is now I kind of know where I really need to dial it in just a hair, but all in all, I think the 75 grain is probably where your money's best spent. That's a really good group, and it had the least amount of velocity deviation. So, at least out of this 14.5 pin weld through a can. Of course, that's going to vary depending on anybody's setup. So the velocities will change depending on barrel length and whatnot. So this is just my particular takeaway. But all in all, I this was a pretty decent test. Hope you guys have kind of found it useful.